is here.
Oh, that's not good.
Hey.
Hey. Hi.
How are you?
Welcome.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, there's the TSX in all its glory. Just got here from Phoenix and there we go. We're gonna do a little key handoff and hit the road, Jack.
There's some hardware in the trunk.
I don't think I'm gonna get away with this car. He's not gonna let it go. He's had this for 15 years and finally throwing me the keys. All right, it is officially mine. The TSX is coming home with me. What do you think of my new purchase? What do you say?
My purse is buried under your suitcase.
Oh, okay. Do you
So
want to
you
trade
buy it?
cars?
No.
I've never seen your RLX. It's really
Dirty right there.
Give us an appraisal on this paint job.
Oh, okay. This is an issue. This right here. This has seen some sunshine more than
A little bit of sunshine.
Yeah, that's got to be fixed.
Expired tags in the whole 9 yards. Welcome back and check this car out. I figured this is a great place to reveal the car. Obviously, this background is familiar for those of you who saw my recent upload on the 1989 Prelude, since I've been using this photo spot really for over 20 years now. Obviously, this 2006 TSX has seen better days. The cosmetic condition went downhill at an advanced pace over the last few years, as my friend who owned the car since 2008 had to park it outside. So he had replaced it with a new daily driver, and for obvious reasons, this car was a tough one to part with because of sentimental value. It's kind of a unicorn in its specification. It is an Arctic Blue Pearl 2006 TSX with black leather interior and navigation with the 6-speed manual transmission. So the car, I'll get into more detail later on the backstory, but this is kind of a significant model because of its ownership history. Its original owner was an automotive journalist who is still in the industry today, and I'll definitely be reaching out to him to touch base with him on the restoration progress. As far as the car mechanical condition is concerned, it's really nice. It's well preserved, lots of solid maintenance history. So really what the focus of my upcoming cleanup work is going to be will center really just around cosmetics. The upper panels specifically are completely toast. Now the inside, unlike the exterior, is really well preserved. This is a nice black leather interior that's been well protected. The dash has one teeny little slit right there over the passenger airbag. Otherwise, not too bad. We'll take a look under the hood here, and it's a little bit scary looking, but I really want to be transparent with you all and show exactly the condition of this car as I'm getting it today, because I think you'll really appreciate what the future holds for it as we get started down this restoration path. Now, brace your eyes for that layer of dirt, but this is the K24, very similar to what I have in the ILX, 200 horsepower, 187,000 miles on it, and runs and drives really well for the mileage. Aside from the cosmetics, the car is really a nice example of a car that I think is pretty darn rare, and perhaps my favorite color in the first gen TSX. TSX is getting its first full tank of gas here in southern Utah before we hit the road tomorrow morning. And this fuel filler area is looking like a mess. So that'll be a fun component of the restoration as we get things started here. It is time to start the trek home to Phoenix. step through some of the materials that came with the 2006 TSX, as well as items that I've added to the archive. We're still working through that process here, but I went ahead and put all the receipts in order today, logged them into a spreadsheet so I have a much better picture of what's been done to the car over its nearly 17-year lifespan. First and foremost, I went ahead and printed a bunch of press releases from the Acura newsroom. Interestingly enough, the first gen TSX went on sale in April of 2003, so that's going to be exactly 20 years ago here in the next 4 months or so. The car was sold overseas and in other markets as the European spec Honda Accord. So some materials on the press release from when the 2006 model came out. There were some changes made at that time to powertrain, chassis, exterior, and interior. And I think I misspoke elsewhere in the video, that 2.4 liter from 06 through 08 produced 205 horsepower. A buddy of mine connected me with some really cool digital files from the original A-Spec brochure. I would like to work on sourcing some of the factory underbody options for that car. There were really nice looking treatment that you could get from the dealer installed catalog. Beyond that, what else do we have? A bunch of receipts. This car, interestingly enough, came originally from Arizona. It was sold new from Bell Acura, not too far from my place, and that dealership has now closed or renamed and opened elsewhere. So kind of interesting trip down memory lane there. I won't show you all the receipts, but there was pretty good documentation from new until current. It's got 187,000 miles on it, so it's had its fair share of stuff done to it. Some pictures from the prior owner when the car had really nice clear coat on it, and hopefully in due time it will look like that once again. Also some really cool magazine articles. This one is from July 2003 Car and Driver, showcasing that Arctic Blue Pearl in all its glory. Some other stuff from Auto Week here. This one is from Sport Compact Car. This is a comparison test between the Subaru Legacy GT and the TSX from Road and Track. This is Motor Trend. This was another Road and Track. And this one was an interesting multi-car comparo with the refresh TSX. So this is much more in line with the one that I have, with the fog lights in the lower bumper. Even has the same navigation system that mine has. This was a really, check out these other cars. Great collection there. I do love the Mazda Speed 6. This was a magazine that was customer facing for Acura owners back in the day. I don't believe it exists any longer, in print anyway, but from when the 04 TSX was launched. Oh, this is kind of fun too. Original temp tag from when the car first went to Utah. It was sold in Arizona, spent the first 2 years in California, owned by an automotive journalist for Edmunds named James, who I'm reconnecting with, and hopefully will get involved in this restoration. And then the car spent the next 15 years or so in Utah until I brought it to Arizona just this week. So stay tuned.